I'm not going to lie, this topic hits home for me. Being out of aligned in life. Saying you want to do something, having a goal in mind, but then not going on your day-to-days working towards that. Let's say you want to run a marathon, and then every day you're thinking like, okay, I want to run this marathon. It's in 2 months, I'm ready for it. I want to run it. But then every single day, instead of training for at least 2 hours, you play on your phone, you waste your time, and you don't get anything done. That's the out of alignment that I'm talking about. Saying you want to do something and then not fulfilling on your actions. People feel like they're tired throughout life. I remember for the past, not last year, but the year before that, I felt tired because I felt unaligned. It wasn't because I was so busy and I was getting so much shit done. It was because my body was out of aligned with what I wanted to do. My actions weren't coercing towards the goals that I set for myself. My habits didn't match my goals. 92% of people fail their New Year's resolutions because they do not change their systems. People are so stagnant in their day-to-days that they set goals for themselves. They say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Oh, I want to drive a Urus. Oh, I want to have a healthy family. But then they don't stray away from their daily actions that would, give them this ability because they're not wanting this life. They're not choosing to want it. They say they want it, but they're not actually wanting it. They lie to themselves every day saying, I'm doing the actions, when in reality they weren't. For a year of my life, I was saying that I wanted to become a content creator. I said that I wanted to coach other people. I said that I wanted to be successful in life. But throughout that entire year, what did I do? I partied, I hang out with friends, I wasted time, I got into a relationship that was bad for me and that wasn't benefiting my life. I wasn't spending any time towards personal development each day, and it was killing me because I was lying to myself. When you lie to yourself every day, this is going to trigger stress and anxiety. Lying to yourself when your behaviors doesn't match your values is going to give you so much stress in life. For a solid 6 months, I was saying I wanted to become a content creator. For a solid year, I said that I wanted to create videos, but I never did it. I never took the action. And throughout that whole year, you think I wasn't stressed? You think I wasn't saying I'm tired? You think I wasn't feeling out of alignment because my goals weren't matching my day-to-day actions. My day-to-day actions were out of alignment. They were not in balance with what I wanted to do. If I want to run a marathon, I need to train for it every day. If I want to get $100,000 a month, I need to work towards that every day and not spend any time doing anything else. If I want to have a work-life balance, I need to make sure that I'm prioritizing my relationships, my health, my business, my personal life, my personal job. Everything in life needs to be balanced, and it needs to be balanced to the point where it is most optimized and I'm maxing out every skill trait in that tree, because I'm not just trying to balance everything. I'm trying to maximize everything to the most efficiency. This is what's going to get your life towards an alignment, towards a goal that you actually want to do. You need to stop chasing stimulation and instead focus on having structure in life. Imagine if you have a life with structure. Imagine this. You wake up every single day at the exact same time. You do your morning routine. You drink your coffee. You go to the gym. You read your book. You take your shower. You go to work. You come home. You get ready for your second job, which is your business. And then you work on your business throughout the night. Imagine that life. And then you go to bed at the same time. Imagine that life. Imagine yourself in it. Do you see yourself making progress? Do you see yourself moving the needle? Because I guarantee you, if you stuck to habits, if you stuck to daily discipline, you would be at the goals that you wanted. The only reason that I look the way that I look, the only reason that I am the way that I am, the only reason the way that I move the way that I move is because of the daily actions that I put in place each and every day. Of course, you cannot start with everything at once, but you can start with something. You can start with moving the needle with 1 to 5 habits each day. Once you lock that down, you have a foundation of your daily habits and discipline. From that foundation, build off of that. Find a way to learn, to build off of that. Whenever you have habits that are bad for you, that are taking up too much space, say they're drinking, smoking, vaping, going out and partying, doing drugs, anything like this, these high dopamine habits are going to increase your brain fog and reduce your prefrontal cortex activity, which is like self-control. So if you're doing all these things, you're not going to have any self-control in your life. See, this is why so many people get addicted. It reduces the prefrontal cortex activity, which reduces the ability to self-control. That's why people have such a hard problem with drugs. They do them and then they have no self-control to stop them. And it's the same way with all these bad habits in life, hanging out with friends, doing the worst activities towards your goals, not going to the gym, wasting time, waking up late. All these high dopamine habits, they will get you to lose self-control. And I'm trying to tell you that you need to gain self-control. The only reason that I make these YouTube videos is because I have self-control in my body that says I need to get these videos out, because it's my accountability. I told myself I need to create a certain amount of videos each week. I need to create a certain amount of stories. I need to work a certain amount of hours. I need to work a certain amount towards my programs. I set these goals each week that are actionable, that are specific, that are measurable, that are actionable, that have results, and that are time measurable. These are the things you need to look for when you're setting goals. Now imagine this. Imagine you have poor posture in life. Is your brain going to know before your body, or is your body going to start hurting and that's going to signify your brain to be like, oh, okay, stop? It's because your body knows before your brain does. If you have poor posture, low libido, and fatigue in life, it is physical signs that your life is out of alignment. Your goals that you set for yourself, you need to go about life like every day is an opportunity and not waste any seconds. A year only has 365 days. What are you going to do with those 365 days? The majority of those days I am spending working. I kid you not, about 98% of those days I am working on my side business or my day job. And the reason being is because I see a future where I am happy, I have freedom, and I can get where I want, and I'm able to do the things that I want to do. But the only way that I'm able to get to that life is if I remove the fatigue right now, remove the shame that I have for making videos, and just do it. Stop wasting my fucking time. Stop saying that I'm going to do it at some point, and just do it. There's only so many hours in your lifetime. You only have like 50 good years to work in my eyes. And I don't plan to work for the majority of those years. I plan to live, to have freedom, but I'm working between the ages of 20 and 30 to set myself ahead for the years to come. And I guarantee you, if you do that yourself, if you're between the ages of 16 to 35 and you start now, you will set yourself for the future to where you aren't lacking like everyone else. When you go to that high school reunion, you're going to be happy that you did, because you're pulling up in a Lamborghini, you're pulling up with ripped abs, you're pulling up different than everyone else. Everyone else is doing the same shit. Stop succumbing to these vices. Stop succumbing to these bad habits. Stray away from your normal friend group and gain some discipline in life that will set you apart in life. I guarantee you, if you do this, you're going to become the 1%. You're going to become unrecognizable. You're going to become respectable, and everyone in life is going to cheer you on. This is Jonathan Mitchell. I'll see you guys in the next one.